You said in that press conference that we played earlier that one of the videos shows the student punching the officer. And I want to play that for our viewers in slow motion. They get a sense of what it is you mean. It does seem like it's after the officer has grabbed her around the neck and is moving the desk backwards, about to flip it over. You see her sort of swing or flail with her right hand, and then she seems to try to hold on to his right shoulder for balance before the desk actually flips over, and then she's dragged across the ground. Do you believe that strike was in any way justification for what the officer did?
No, never said that, and I'll never say that. There's no justification for some of his actions, and that's what we're looking at. So I don't want anybody to think that just the fact that she did strike the officer, that's justifications for some of the actions that he took.
How should, look, this is a difficult situation. How should a police officer have handled this?
Well, my feeling to begin with is that the police officer should have never been called in the first place. This is something that schools should have handled. But once they called us there and said, remove her from the classroom, then the officer had to do something. Now, his methods of doing it is what we're examining, and that's what's going to determine his faith as continuing as the deputy sheriff of Richland County.
So it's really his methods. Can you say now what methods you believe he should have used? If it actually came to the point where he had to remove her, what he should have done?
Well, I really don't want to go in details of that until this investigation's finished, and it'll be finished tomorrow. But, we want to de-escalate situations instead of escalate them. When you have somebody on fire, you don't want to throw gasoline on them. You want to put the fire out. And that's what we train our deputies to do, is try to de-escalate a situation so we don't have to use physical force. That's one option that's there. There's other options that our deputies are taught when they do have to put their hands on someone, how they do it. And that's what we're looking at. Did he follow our proper procedures that we're training him to do? And if he didn't, then he's in violation of our policy.
Does the age of the student matter here? The fact that this was a minor, should that impact things one way or another?
It's not going to impact my decision. My decision is going to be based on, did he follow our procedures? I'll ask the FBI to come in and do a criminal investigation. That may have something to do with their findings, but my findings are going to be based on what he did after he puts his hands on her. Was that our proper procedures that we train our deputies to do? His size, her size, that's all factors that are involved in this.
You're clearly moving quickly. You hope to make a determination within 24 hours. As you said, you asked the Justice Department and FBI to investigate. Why did you feel necessary to reach out to the FBI, to the Justice Department?
Well, our position is to investigate the internal policies. Did he violate them? Not the criminal intent, if he had any. An independent agency needs to do that, and there's no one more respected that does a thorough investigation and a fair investigation than the FBI. And we work very closely with the FBI, and I immediately called them and asked them to come in and do the investigation. Contacted our U.S. attorney and spoke with him and asked him to see if the Justice Department could do a civil rights investigation, and they both agreed. I think the people of Richland County and the people of the world who've seen this, they want somebody to investigate this and come up with some answers and find out if he did violate her rights, if he did violate the law. What I'm looking at is, did he violate our policies? That will determine his employment here at the Sheriff's Department.
And regardless, whatever you decide, and regardless of the investigations, do you hope that, or do you expect to try to kind of pinpoint in the future between your department and the school when it's appropriate to actually call the school resource officer in, when to call the police in?
Yeah, I think that's an issue that we need to address, and that the schools need to understand that when they call us in and ask us to do something, our deputies are going to respond, and sometimes it may be physical force that we're doing because that's what they want us to do, and that's what they're asking us to do. So they need to determine, at what time is that necessary, or is this something that the school should handle? And that's some discussions that we're going to have with the school district, and maybe come up with some better procedures.
Sheriff Latta, I do appreciate your time, sir. Thank you very much.